Hi everyone, this is Tisch Aitken, and it is May 8th, 2021, and I'm doing a quick check-in because we have a very busy month ahead and it's a busy week ahead as well. So earlier today at 9:38 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Venus, which is the planet of love and money, squared Jupiter, the planet of higher knowledge and excess and abundance. And the two are the benefics of the zodiac, and they work well together, but it could be a little bit of too much, and it could be an excessive energy. And later today, Venus changes signs at 10:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and enters the mutable air sign of Gemini, where she will tour through June 2nd of 2021. So now we have Mercury, the ruler of Gemini and the planet of communication and thoughts and ideas, out of bounds as of May 7th, which means Mercury is beyond 23 degrees and 27 minutes north or south of the ecliptic. And this brings a lot more excessive energy and just a lot more wacky communication. Mercury is in the sign it rules, so it can be very tricky in Gemini. It's very facile and very intelligent and sharp in Gemini, but it can play games, and it's out of bounds, which means people could say things where you're like, whoa, and that's going to be, Mercury is going to be transiting in Gemini until July 11th, and that's a long time. And we are in eclipse season now because we have a new moon coming up on May 11th in the sign of Taurus. And this is the last lunation we have before the end of the month, when we have a lunar eclipse that occurs in Sagittarius. It will be on May 26th at 5 degrees and 26 minutes of Sag. And so therefore, we're in eclipse season. That brings a lot of activity. It brings traumatic events. There can be major beginnings and endings. It brings information. It shakes us up. It brings change, often in a very dramatic way that we needed and did not expect, and really wakes us up. And it's kind of like Uranian energy. And recently, since we are still in the Taurus season, we had Venus, Mercury, and the Sun all meet up with Uranus and Taurus. That is a very innovative and disruptive energy, but also waking us up to the value of what things matter in life and trying to find beauty and value in a very new world. We're in the new age of Aquarius, and for the majority of the year, we had a lot of fixed energy. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. It's very quick moving, but it's change, and it's fixed change, which means it sticks, and we are in a new time. But now there will be a lot of mutability, because later tonight we have Venus entering the sign of Gemini at 10:01 p.m. and Eastern Daylight Time. It'll be there until June 2nd. So now we have Venus and Mercury transiting in the mutable air sign of Gemini. A lot of options and choices, good energy for connecting with others, communication, and again, with Mercury out of bounds and in the sign it rules, and Mercury being in Gemini for over 2 months, expect a lot of conversations, a lot of busy energy the next couple of months. And with Venus in Gemini, it's good for socializing, and it's also really good for Gemini, for those born under the sign of Gemini or with Gemini prominent in their charts. It makes them extra magnetic. And we have, let's see, so on the 10th of May, Mercury forms a sextile to Chiron, the wounded healer, and that brings a healing energy around communication. And then on May 11th, there is a new moon that takes place at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 21 degrees and 18 minutes of the fixed earth sign of Taurus. And this new moon is very fertile, very prosperous, and very manifesting. This new moon is exalted. It's in a beautiful placement of the moon. It's ruled by Venus, which is now in the sign of Gemini, bringing a lot of options and choices. The moon forms a sextile to Neptune, which is an aspect of opportunity. And Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, very Venusian and Neptunian and magical and loving energy. The moon also forms a trine to Pluto, which brings empowerment and transformation. Very empowering energy, very lovely new moon. And Venus trines Saturn on the following day, on May 12th at 2:34 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is excellent around strategic and structured communication. And that's inherent in this new moon. So a lot of opportunity to connect, network, socialize, find business, create, do what you want to do. This new moon is where it's at, and things are going to get a lot more hectic as we get later in the month. There's a lot of wild opportunity, a lot of excitement, but eclipses are very, hectic time and very chaotic, so we can expect unpredictability. We're in Gemini season. Mercury will be out of bounds until May 30th. Just went out of bounds as of May 7th. Mars is out of bounds until May 26th. We have a lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse on May 26th. So, this is a lot of energy. Mars and Mercury now out of bounds. Mercury playing a lot of tricks, but a lot of creative energy and working with that, especially with this new moon. And on the, over next weekend, oh no, big news, I just forgot because all of this mutable energy. Jupiter enters the sign of Pisces on May 13th at 6:36 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. More mutability. Jupiter is in its dignity. It rules the mutable water sign of Pisces in ancient astrology. And it's about faith, and it's about ascetic and selfless love. It's about kindness. It's about creativity. It's about magic and connecting to source. This is a beautiful energy. It could expand the wounds in some way for all of us to really heal and to slow down, because things have become so mechanical and artificial and technological, which will enable us all to move forward. But we need to connect to the emotions and the feelings, and this respite of having Jupiter in Pisces for a couple of months. It'll be in Pisces from May 13th until July 29th. And it gets as far as 2 degrees of the mutable water sign of Pisces. This enables us all to slow down, figure what really means something. What is the most important thing? I think we can all answer that it's love and kindness. Really hard to get there for many people right now, or hard to feel that you are loved. A lot of people feel very alienated. And I think that this is going to be a hectic summer. We have Saturn squaring Uranus again, a second time in the middle of June at 13 degrees of the fixed signs. Saturn is now at 13 degrees of Aquarius, and it retrogrades on May 23rd. So we're feeling that slow down, anchoring how we innovate through the chaos. But there is very magical energy. So I don't mean to say to be frightened by this, but just to recognize that there is a lot of confusing energy coming up. Jupiter in Pisces will probably add and expand the confusion. And I remember years ago when I was going through a Neptune cycle, and I knew already, the good and lower meanings of Neptune, but I was just, commiserating with a teacher of mine, and she said, look up in your books the good meanings of Neptune. And, truthfully, Neptune cycles can be confusing, and they can be deceptive, and they can really drain your spirit, or they can really connect you to magic and to love and to spirituality, and they can make you create new kingdoms if you want. So that's where I want to go with this. So Jupiter in Pisces is a huge deal in the middle of the week, and I think that's something for all of us to look forward to. The new moon has Mars squaring Chiron, the wounded healer. So that's bringing anger through the pain, and that makes sense given what we've all been through. But Mars also forms a sextile to Uranus, bringing innovation and solutions as to how we can anchor this anger and passion to do something with it. I wish you a lot of luck. Manifest with the new moon. Do the law of abundance. I will be writing an article about it. Very fertile new moon. It's a month before the solar eclipse in Gemini that occurs on June 10th, and that will be at 19 degrees of Gemini. And that I will talk a lot more about, and a lot more videos to come. Busy season. May and June, busy time. Could be life-changing. So wish you luck. Take care.